What I'm looking for in a bank is one that's looking out for me, like NBT. I want a relationship and a team that supports me in my dreams. And when life gets challenging, I need a bank that's focused on what matters. Not to mention one that's been top rated by Forbes in trust, customer service, financial advice, and more. That's why when it comes to meeting my banking needs, it's always NBT. Learn more at nbtbank.com. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome and thanks for tuning in. This is Tom Hickey from 20 Media 20, and you are listening to On the Scene, NBT Bank's broadcast of our podcast, made available and made possible by NBT Bank. We reach over 250,000, that's 250,000 readers of the Jewish Ledger, weha.com, and West Hartford Magazine, live 24/7, 365, any way that you listen to podcasts. Before we speak with today's guest, I would like to introduce my co-host, Bob Carr.
Good morning, Tom. Thank you, Tom. Tom Hickey, myself, Kosik Makati, and Ryan Newton is a founder of weha.com. Tom brings to West Hartford the Connecticut Jewish Ledger, West Hartford Magazine, which is West Hartford's original lifestyle magazine, the various tastes of West Hartford, the best of West Hartford, which will be celebrating its 10th anniversary this November, and fun events throughout the year. Our podcast is assembled and posted by the Modern Observer Group of Middletown, Connecticut, and today our guest is Eric Feeney. His organization is Friends of Feeney. Hello, Eric.
Hey, how you doing, Bob? Hey, Tom.
Thanks
for having me, Eric. Oh, it's great to have you. It's been long overdue. I think we talked about this 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a while, right? We've been having a conversation about having Eric on, and so I looked at your website previously, and I refreshed myself this morning. How did this all start out? How did you end up creating Friends of Feeney and having the mission that you have?
Yeah, well, I'm a teacher. I've been a teacher. I just started my 21st year. 12 years in West Hartford, 9 years in Waterbury. Teaching's the greatest job in the world, brings me so much joy, but sometimes there's heartbreak or tragedy. 12 years ago when I started in West Hartford, one of my students lost their dads, unexpectedly had a heart attack. So I had to do something. We started GoFundMe, but some may not know that GoFundMe taxes the recipient and takes a portion of every donation. So when
did not know that.
So when the recipient got the donation, they had to pay $6,000 at the end of the year. So it really hit, took away from their donation. And then the following year, one of my students' dad was going to a boxing event in Hartford and got shot and killed. So 2 years in a row, I had two students lose fathers. I was a new dad at the time. I'm from a divorced family. I know how it was never to not see my dad every once in a while. I could never imagine not seeing him ever again. So I empathize with the family, and we just started Friends of Feeney. We marched in the Park Road Parade, first event ever, and I have surrounded by kids. And the kid, someone's like, "Hey, look at the Friends of Feeney." So it had alliteration, so it kind of stuck. I didn't know where it would go, and here we are, like 6 years later. And I'm on your podcast. This is great.
Not only you're everywhere. Not only on our podcast, but you're everywhere. That's great. That's how it should be. One of the things, Bob, that and I don't even know if I shared this with you, and Eric, you may or may not remember the very first time that we met.
Okay, you got to give me a little refresher.
I will give you a refresher. It was we were involved in a deal where we were selling WeHa magazine, Vineyard Vines, and you came into Bristle and Blade, Bob. We were on New Britain Avenue, and you left a lasting impression on me, Eric, because you came in and you basically said what you just said. Hey, I'm a teacher, love all this Vineyard Vine stuff. Bob and I will admit it's crazy expensive. I mean, it's all gone now, but you came in. I hope we took good care of you. We put together a package deal or something just to make sure that you were sporting the WeHa Vineyard Vines material. So I sort of always remember that. And when you walked out, I thought to myself, there's somebody who's really going to make a difference in the community and make some good. And certainly you've done more than that in all of it. So kudos to you.
No, I remember that was, my one and only Vineyard Vines attire, so I still have it.
Great,
wonderful. represent WeHa. I actually just wore it. We went to a trip to Washington, D.C. this summer, and I took a picture of Johanna Hayes on the Capitol wearing my WeHa.com T-shirt, my polo. So,
oh yeah, that's great. Oh, fantastic. That's great. Good. Well, we'll have to, as Bob mentioned in the beginning of this broadcast, we have the 10th anniversary for the Best of West Hartford and the 10th anniversary for WeHa.com coming up in November, which I don't want to steal any thunder, but Eric is represented one of the dancers in our WeHa Dancing with the Stars local competition. So we'll all sport our WeHa stuff then. That'll be fun. Excellent.
Are we going to talk about
Bob,
that?
I just had to reminisce.
No, that's fine. That's fine. So, Eric, do you still live in outside of West Hartford? Do you live in the Greater Woodbury area?
Nope, I live right by Wolcott Park, so that's my dog walking route. When I walked to Elmwood Pastry almost every weekend, and I happened to peek in, and I knew Ronnie, and I saw Tom, and I was really interested in this WeHa.com. And I just saw, I never got my hair cut there, but I think I shaped my beard up once. I popped in and I saw that I had to get some gear, and it was a great interaction. Yeah, I definitely remember that. So it was a good connection.
So for Friends of Feeney, so I mean, obviously you started kind of, learning that other ways of raising funds were not necessarily positive for the family. You don't get the most positive event out of it. That how do you see the future of your organization kind of molding?
Yeah, it's so funny. I did not know where this would go. I just wanted to help as many families as we can. Very proud to say that we've helped over 75 families and raised over $200,000.
Wow.
All volunteer-based, community-based organization, working with wonderful members of the West Hartford community. The West Hartford Chamber has been amazing. I met so many people. Networking with, Luna Pizza or Direct Line Media, who does my podcast now, Feeney Talks with Friends, a little shameless plug, shout out, check it out. We'd love to have one of you or both of you on my podcast as well. So
we've been trying to do that too.
No, it's just a wonderful community, and they really care. Mayor Sherry Cantor is an amazing person. She has bought into our mission and our goals. We have the motto, be a good friend. You may see the stickers around town. Be a good friend, pick up trash that's not yours, hold the door, give a compliment, and be charitable. So it's an easy slogan and motto to buy into. And we're just trying to encourage people to do right and be charitable and help others.
And Eric, is it the kind of thing where, unfortunately, like you said, it was students, right? Their parents had passed away. Right? So are there things that happen just within your school or just throughout all of West Hartford, or how? Yeah. So, how do you know?
There's so many, our board member, our newest board member, Rob Parenti, he is a West Hartford teacher. His wife, Margot, is a West Hartford teacher. 3 years ago, their son, Nicholas, had an inoperable brain tumor. He was 10 years old. He was surrounded by 220 friends and family at a Yard Goats game. We had a Friends of Nicholas night. And then unfortunately, 2 weeks later, he passed away. So, now Rob is on our board of directors because Rob knows how we helped him, and now he wants to give back. He's a grief counselor. He knows, he experienced it. So he's helping us. Last year, I actually lost a student. It was awful. It was the worst experience of my teaching career. My third graders are still dealing with that. Well, they're currently in fourth grade, but we had Howard was an amazing student. He was born with some health issues and just, I didn't expect to talk about this, but it was the worst time of my teaching career as challenging and heartbreaking. And but we helped the family. We had a big celebration at Winding Trails. We had a parade. We had Make-A-Wish, Sesame Street. All the characters came to our school. It was an amazing event for Howard. He was surrounded by his friends. We had a parade. The fire trucks, the police trucks all went by his house. And then he passed like a couple days after that. But so there's some definitely ups and downs, and but we're just trying to help as many people as possible.
You got kind of a Make-A-Wish aspect to what you do right? That's very cool. That's very cool. That's a great, that model's a great thing for like kids. Like you said earlier, the first couple of pieces of the conversation where people, parents dying, right? Now you have these kids that and you're helping them with their last few days or whatever, having some joy, which is just amazing. So kudos.
And we're hosting our 6th annual Makerspace event. It's a cardboard challenge where kids build with cardboard and duct tape. That's down at the Elmwood Senior Center. This is our 6th annual. The first October 6th is Global Cardboard Challenge Day. So around the world, people are doing it. Kane's Arcade, it started. That's not really fitting our mission, but it's more community-based, bringing kids together. You'd be amazed what kids can build with cardboard and duct tape. All thanks to Elmwood Makerspace and Wendy. I had Dylan. Dylan was my student. Dylan would make little things to hold his tickets in and stuff. And I'm like, this guy's so creative. And he started talking about Makerspace. And then I talked with his mom and we started this collaboration. And 6 years going now, the kids are building claw machines, foosball machines, forts, house, cars, whatever you name it, and the good thing with adults is the answer is yes. If the kid's like, hey, I want to build this, I want to do this with the duct tape and you're just like, yes. I want to cut this and make this. Yes. So it's very STEM-based, hopefully these kids go on to NASA and build some amazing things. And that's going to happen on October 12th. So please come down. The West Hartford Community Interactive are going to come down and do some recording, so it's going to be great.
Great, excellent. And all those things, Eric, you just made me. Sorry, Bob. You just made me think of, like the "Be a Good Friend" bumper stickers. And that just builds awareness and gives you exposure, so people know, that you're here and that you're available and that you're around. I think it's great.
That's what I was going to say.
All of that all that takes time.
And, with the community, special shout out to Lions Auto. They have a huge mural of the Be a Good Friend magnet.
Beautiful.
They're wonderful friends. They collect cans and bottles for Friends of Feeney throughout the year. Any day you have your cans and bottles that you collect and you don't feel like bringing them, just bring them to Lions Auto on New Britain Avenue. And then once a month when their storage unit fills up, we go down and transport them to the Redemption Center. And our guy Chet gives us some money. So it's a great fundraiser that's always ongoing. So that's on New Britain Avenue. And thank you, Chet and Amy and Kevin and Chip at Lions. So they're wonderful people.
Well, I did not know that. And I do quite often, because I don't have a little one in the house anymore, who I used to rely on to bring back those bottles and cans. You do feel guilty, especially now. They're up to 10 cents, right? So it's, 10 cans is $1. It's so come on, so that's a good reminder. Everyone listening, remember that. Bring them to Amy, and I shouldn't say Amy. Bring them to Lions on New Britain Avenue. That's great.
So with all this stuff, so which is one of the things I'm hearing, which is nice, is that you're running an organization and say, okay, let's just give this a try. So you're not rigidly held to. We don't do, like you mentioned, the cardboard and the duct tape. It's not really part of what you do, but it's as Tom was saying, it expands your base. People know who you are, but also it's a mission wise, you're not locking yourself into a very narrow space.
Yeah, our mission is we help give support to children and families that need assistance after heartbreak or tragedy. That's our mission. But then we do, again, the STEM activity with the cardboard. We just did a free haircut, back to school backpack passing out at Parkville Market. They're wonderful friends now, too. So we handed out 300 backpacks and gave 80 haircuts. And it was a wonderful event, thanks to Lost Arts Barbershop in Newington. They volunteered their time and gave haircuts. We got wonderful feedback from that. So, again, we're just helping, some people are less fortunate. So we're very thankful for what we have, and we want to give back.
Beautiful.
One of the things that Tom mentioned. Good. One of the other
how do people get involved?
Yeah, we have a website, www.friendsoffeeney.com. We have a Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We also have friendsoffeeney@gmail.com. We're always looking for supporters, volunteers, and sponsors. We just had our 3rd annual golf tournament at Tunxus. Year 1, we raised $10,000. Year Year 2, we were at $18,000. Year 4, we're at $24,000. So incremental growth and progress. Next year, our goal is $30,000. So please, if you're listening, save the date, September 13th, 2025. We're looking for some golfers. Golfers, actually, we sold out and had to turn away golfers.
Wow.
We make it fun. School of Rock does a hole and plays drums while the golfers are playing. Game Day Honor from the Yard Goats heckles people while they're golfing. And either you pay them to be quiet, or you pay them to heckle more, or you pay them to play music more. We had a whiskey hole, thanks to Maximum Beverage. We had a long drink hole. We had a golf swing analysis, thanks to Golf Lounge. So it's a lot of fun. I tell everyone it's like the Happy Gilmore golf tournament.
I could probably do okay in that one. Yeah.
Please come. That'd be great. We'd love to have you. We have an event tomorrow as well.
How many events a year do you do?
We're trying to limit it. You know, it's my girls are older now, so I have twin girls. They're in high school, and they are totally on board with volunteering and giving back and encouraging their friends. So it's a family event, so it's not like away from family time. But you know, they'll be at the Park Road Parade. They'll be at the Makerspace. They'll be at the Toy Drive. I don't know if I mentioned Toy Drive at Luna Pizza, December 7th. That's our 5th annual toy drive. We give toys to the kids at school that may need them. So please look out for us, and we'll maybe have boxes around the different locations. Like Uber Dog puts up a toy collection. West Hartford Roasting and Brewing puts out a toy collection. So we collaborate with Mark's Christmas Trees. Mark's Christmas Trees allows us to deliver trees free of cost to families that may need it. So big thank you to Mark's. West Hartford
Chamber collects toys.
Yeah.
I bring something every year. I want to make a point on that. I want a lot of times people bring toys for younger people, but I always try to bring one for a teenager, so something that's going to be, because oftentimes you don't think about those kids who are 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, and you get a lot of those little kid stuff. But I always try to bring something that's a little more a mid-age kid, because they all need something for Christmas or holidays.
I definitely agree with that. That's a great idea. Thanks for doing that, Bob.
So since you gave a selfish plug earlier for the podcast, Eric, I just want to make sure we don't run out of time. You are on Monday, November 18th, going to be one of the paired dancers for the Dancing with the Stars, and I did see the video. I don't know if you knew they were videotaping you, but we're going to be using these things for these selfish little plugs for social media. I don't know if it's out there or not yet, but you're dancing with Juliet, correct?
Yep. Zuli from Deep for Home. My dance instructor is Lacey. Last year at the WeHa Best of party at the JCC, remember they did a demonstration? Kelly's wonderful. Kelly Stengel and her husband John are good friends. John played basketball at the JCC with me. I'm in the men's over 30 league for the past 15 years. John is great. But yeah, you guys were like, hey, we're looking for some volunteers. And all of a sudden you're like, Feeney will do it. And I'm like, out of nowhere, you call me out in front of everyone. And I dance with Kelly. She's a wonderful teacher, but getting a lesson on the spot in front of people was a little nerve wracking. But
just a little.
But I thought
I knew from how many years ago when we met at Bristol and Blade that you could handle it. So it's that's what happens when you say hello and you get to know it.
I look over a woman got called out in a volunteer. She's doing spins and stuff, and here I'm going step 1, step 2, step 1.
Exactly.
But in a year, thanks to Lacey and everything, it got me out of my comfort zone, and I'm so thankful that you got me into this. This dancing competition is wonderful. The people at Arthur Murray are amazing. My dance instructor, Lacey's great, but there's also Justin's helpful and some other guys. And Zuli, we're becoming friends. We both went in nervous and not knowing what to expect, but we are I bought my dancing shoes. We cheer and high five after we get a 5-step routine down. And I encourage everyone to try dancing or try something new out of your comfort zone. I'm a lifelong learner. I'm a teacher. I tell all the kids I learn something new every day. But, to learn I've given a speak up, like Matt Dix does a speak up. I told a story for 8 minutes, but we're working on a dance for a minute and a half. And we've already been on it for 4 weeks. We have 4 more weeks. And it's a wonderful experience to the effort and the concentration that goes in this minute and a half dance. I encourage everyone to try it. Thanks again to Arthur Merck. Thank you, Tom, for, I don't even know if you asked. You just you're going to do this dancing thing. And,
like you said, it all started a year ago. So when Kelly and I were talking about it, we said, we got to pull him back into the rain and actually have him do some classes now. So, and it's funny to bring it. Kelly has said to me from day one, and she said, most people don't think of it as a workout, but it truly is. It's very intense. And she used the analogy, it's very similar. People don't think Pilates is a workout, a little bit, but it is, in that sense. So anyway, they'll have to come and cheer you on Monday, November 18th for, that's also again going to be at the JCC this year. But in the meantime, because believe it or not, we are out of time as these things tend to fly by. If people are interested in getting involved, Eric, I certainly would hope that they would be after listening to everything that you had to say, with us today. Again, could you just remind us of your website and how to reach out to you?
And that's www.friendsoffeeney.com and Friends of Feeney on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And you could also email us at friendsoffeeney@gmail.com. And speaking of the dance thing, I want to thank Lions Auto for being my sponsor to allowing me to dance with Zuli from Juniper. So it's been a wonderful.
And your tagline is be a good friend, and Lions is a good sponsor because they did it in memory of Guy, which I thought was wonderful.
Yeah, AC Auto. Yeah, we miss Guy. Guy was awesome. He was a good friend. Yeah. So. Be a good friend when you're out there. Be a good friend. I said it earlier, but hold the door, pick up trash that's not yours, and give compliments, and be charitable. If you're not being charitable to Friends of Feeney, there's some wonderful nonprofits. There's Food Share, Johnny's Jog, just to name a few. So I can't thank you enough, Tom, Bob. You're good friends. Thank you for allowing me this opportunity to talk about Friends of Feeney. It truly means a lot.
Great.
We're not.
So we're all going to walk away with be a good friend and get involved with Feeney and Friends. That's wonderful. Thank you very much, Eric.
Thank you.
What I'm looking for in a bank is one that's looking out for me, like NBT. I want a relationship and a team that supports me in my dreams. And when life gets challenging, I need a bank that's focused on what matters. Not to mention one that's been top rated by Forbes in trust, customer service, financial advice, and more. That's why when it comes to meeting my banking needs, it's always NBT. Learn more at nbtbank.com. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.